All right, folks, so here we are back at it again. This video, like the previous video, if we had been in class, we would have done together in class and you would have done a lot of problem solving and working together in groups to solve real world problems. But again, due to the circumstances, you get to learn through the video now. This one too, there isn't a notes page for you to take notes on in your packet, and I'm pretty confident that if you just pay attention and follow along as I go through these examples, I'm pretty sure you'll catch on to what you need to catch on to in order to be able to answer the CASEL questions. I really don't see any need for you to write this down or to take notes. Just pay careful attention and you'll do great. All right, so let's go ahead and let's jump in here. In the first one, it says a manufacturing company needs boxes to ship their newest widget, which is in the shape of a rectangular prism measuring 2 inches by 4 inches by 5 inches. A standard size box in the shape of a 6-inch cube is inexpensive, but does require some foam packaging so that the widget is not damaged in transit. If the foam packaging costs 3 cents per cubic inch, and the standard size box costs $1.80, how much is it going to cost the company to ship each widget? And I think it's important to notice that the cost of the shipping each widget is made up of two different factors. The first factor is going to be the cost of the box, which is a flat rate of $1.80. The second component of this is going to be the cost of the foam, which will be determined by how many cubic inches of foam is needed. So our mission, our goal is to determine how much foam is needed, and then once we determine how much foam is needed, we'll have to compute its cost. Well, the foam that's going to be needed is the space that's in the box, but not including the space that's occupied by the widget. So what we're going to do is we're going to find the volume of the box, the volume of the widget, and then subtract. So I'm going to go ahead and start by finding the volume of that box, which is in the shape of a 6-inch cube. So that box is going to have a volume that can be computed by the formula length times width times height, where the length, the width, and the height are all 6. So when I calculate that on my calculator, I find that the volume of the box can contain 216 cubic inches. But what I need to do now is determine how much of that space is taken up by the widget. So I'm now going to go find the volume of the widget. My daughter thinks that the widget is hysterical. The dog is exhausted and couldn't care less. So again, it's a rectangular shaped widget, so I'm going to find its volume by multiplying length times width times height, or 2 times 4 times 5, or 40 cubic inches. And the foam is going to need to go around the widget. In other words, take up all the space that's in the box that's not being taken up by the widget. So the volume of the foam that's going to be needed can be found by subtracting the volume of the widget from the volume of the box. So I'm going to do a quick 216 minus 40. Or 176 cubic inches. So the cost of this foam now, keep in mind that every cubic inch of this foam costs 3 cents. So we can find the cost of the foam by multiplying 3 cents times the number of cubic inches required, 176. So when I get my calculator out and multiply 176 times 3, I find that the foam has a cost of $5.28. And remember that the cost to ship each widget is made up of the cost of the box plus the cost of the foam. So when I combine those two guys together, I find that that total cost is $7.08. So now you know, when you want to ship your widget, it's going to cost you $7.08. All right, that one wasn't so bad. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next one. In this next example, it says that I want to put a fire pit in the middle of a concrete slab in my backyard. The concrete slab is going to need to be circular and have a diameter of 14 feet. It's also going to have a depth of 6 inches. The cost in order to have the concrete delivered is $5 per cubic foot, and I want to know how much I can expect to pay for the concrete slab. And then it tells us, of course, what it wants us to round our answer to. So when I look at this and I see circle, I don't immediately think 3 dimensions. But then when I think a little bit deeper about it, I'm thinking that this concrete slab is going to have a circle, but it's also going to have some depth to it. So really, we're looking at a very, very big but not deep cylinder, where the radius of our cylinder is 7 feet, and the depth or height of our cylinder is really that 6 inches, which I'm going to change and make half of a foot because I want all of my dimensions to be the same. So in order to find the volume of this, it's actually in the shape of a sphere, not a sphere, a cylinder. I'm going to use my formula volume is equal to pi times r squared times h. So the pi times the 7 squared times the 0.5. I'm going to run to my calculator now and multiply all these out. So I've got pi times 7 squared times 0.5. So it looks like I'm going to need about 77 cubic feet of concrete. I'm not to the last step yet though, so I'm going to go ahead and leave all 4 decimals in my work. So 76.9690. And that's cubic feet of concrete. So that's the amount I need. Each cubic foot is going to cost me $5. So in order to find the cost of the concrete, I'm going to multiply that $5 per cubic foot times the number of cubic feet I need, the 76.9690. Notice that when I go to do this in my calculator, I'm going to cut and paste and I'm going to use the whole decimal display. So it looks like to the nearest dollar I can expect to pay about $385 for my slab of concrete. And since it appears that we're going to be doing a lot of social distancing this summer, I might want to have some friends over and stay outside, and we can all stay 6 feet apart and have some fires on my concrete slab. All right, hope this finds you doing well. I hope you are safe and your loved ones are safe. If you have questions when you get into the CASEL problems, please, please, please shoot me an email like a lot of you have been doing, or feel free to stop in during office hours on Teams, Monday, Wednesdays, or Fridays from 10 to 11. It'd be really good to see your face and hear your voice on Teams. All right, stay safe, stay healthy, keep your social distancing. I miss you.